On the 12th of July 2008, Wladimir Klitschko successfully defended his IBF, WBO and IBO heavyweight world titles against American Tony Thompson with an 11th round knockout in Hamburg, Germany. Next month in Bern, Switzerland, 4 years after their first clash, Klitschko will defend those same titles and the WBA strap he has won since in a rematch with 40-year-old Thompson, who has fought his way back into a mandatory position at the IBF. Last week, Klitschko invited reporters along to his training camp in Austria. He was joined by his trainer Emanuel Steward and promoter Bernd Boente. Steward explained how happy he is with how Vladimir's preparations for the fight are going.
It's been a very good camp, and Wladimir yesterday is really ready to fight now. He could fight next week if necessary. His timing is perfect, and for this fight, we've had the best sparring partners, guys to prepare for, since he had his first fight with Samuel Peter, which was the key fight in his career. We expect a very determined, aggressive Thompson this fight, because he's told everyone in America that he's coming back over here to beat Klitschko because he gave Klitschko too much time and space. So this time he's going to put pressure on him because Klitschko cannot stand any pressure. So we expect him to come out very aggressive this fight. Thompson is the only opponent that I remember that won rounds against Wladimir. I know the first 3-4 rounds, we were very worried in the corner, me and Vitaly and Roman, because we realized that Thompson had won maybe 2 or 3 of those first rounds. And he had cut Wladimir. Wladimir had a bad cut also, because Thompson's style was very difficult to figure out. He's a big guy, comes in slow, and he forced Wladimir to move a lot more than he normally moved. Wladimir could not control his head like he could with guys who were lower. So Wladimir had to do a lot of moving and thinking to systematically break him down before he could knock him out. So it's, we don't want to have to go through that this fight, so we're going to try to hurt him early in the fight and get respect, and maybe knock him out. So we have to take some risk.
Some people are asking why Klitschko would fight a 40-year-old man he's already beaten. One would think there'd be a long line of challengers ready to dethrone him, but it's simply not the case.
We've been asking around Helenius and Chris Ariola and everyone else, so who is going to be the next opponent? And the answer was, well, maybe next year. So not right now. I don't know what was the reason for it was, but we went around and then so we got what we got. But I didn't choose Thompson to fight, so it was chosen by the federation, the IBF, where I have to defend the title against him because he's officially mandatory. He's #1 in IBF, and that's why I'm fighting him. Yes, I'm fighting him second time, but he has been working his butt off to get in position #1. He won all of the 6 fights since we fought in 2008, and won them by KO in a row. So, and he has been mentioning all of the time, all over and over, that he's going to fight me, and he's, he was facing in the cameras, telling Wladimir, I'm going to get you one day. So now he got his chance. I will tell you something. Thompson will beat probably everyone, believe it or not, everyone in top 10, but my brother, everyone. And he is totally underestimated. Nobody want to fight him. Nobody want to fight him because everyone knows it's a really tough job to do. But there's tons of young athletes and opponents that are growing up, getting better, and eventually I'll face them as well. So there's a couple of names. There's Seth Mitchell in the States. There is who? Price, David Price. That's right, David Price and Tyson Fury. Man, there's tons of other people that are young, hungry, and they want to really conquer the world. That I enjoy the time to be in sport, and I'm excited about it, and I don't really like this question when I'm going to retire, and it's enough, and what's the motivation, what's the reason why you're in the sport, and so you achieved a lot, but what's the next steps, and it's the time to think about retirement. And I don't like those questions, especially when I talk to Emanuel. And I have to say, I'm excited about this game. I call it a game because you can't be excited about when you're really playing. I mean, it's a serious game. There is no Hollywood. It's so real. But it's exciting. It's great. I enjoy it because I know it could be over in any second.
To get an idea of just how tough it is to be in the ring with the heavyweight champion of the world, we spoke to sparring partner Nate James to find out just what kind of things they work on.
We work on just the basic elements to be successful, which is adding the pressure, speed, movement, different attributes that is definitely going to help him. You're in there with a world champion that's been reigning for very long, and he knows everything about you. He already knows what he's going to do. He's always 3 moves ahead of anybody. So it's just being accurate, and it's just applying things, and it's just it's very tough in there. Each opponent is different. They provide different problems for you, different tasks that you have to overcome. So Klitschko just has all the tasks that you have to overcome. Strength, size, movement, experience is most key. Wladimir pretty much knows the deal in the game, and I think that he's gonna reign for a while.
Any fight is important. I mean, all these guys are very dangerous, and as you remember, the first Thompson fight was a very, very tough fight. Thompson was winning also some rounds, which did not happen with too many opponents lately. And he's a very awkward fighter, very hard to hit, very mobile, and so we expect a tough fight.
And after a busy afternoon of signing autographs and giving TV interviews, Wladimir also took the time to sit down with me and talk about how tough he expects the Thompson fight to be. Is it going to be the same sort of intensity and the same toughness, or do you think you can get it?
It's going to be tougher. Because he knows me better than anyone else. He used to be my sparring partner years ago. He used to be my opponent 4 years ago. And he has been here in Shutdown. He used to work as Vitali's sparring partner as well for Juan Carlos Gomez fight. His defense is amazing. He feels punches coming. He's covering himself. His arms are long. He's like a spider. Big body, small head, and long arms. And he covers very good with those arms, and he's very active also. At the first fight, seriously, we had strategy, but we couldn't really find out exactly what it is. And while I was fighting him, we were changing it while fighting. And this time the situation is actually in a certain way better in a way of I know who I'm going to face. Because to have guys sparring partners is one thing, but in a fight is a different person. So I know what to expect. I know what works, what doesn't work, and of course he's been changed. And of course I have to adjust certain things while I'm gonna fight. And I'm expecting to move forward. I hope he's gonna do it because he cannot outbox me. There is no man in this world to outbox me. Technically, maybe my brother. But he needs to move forward to get a chance. He needs to just go ahead and try it. And that's what I want.
Till next time.
Yes.
The rematch between Wladimir Klitschko and Tony Thompson will take place at the Stade de Suisse National Stadium in Bern, Switzerland on July the 7th.